For many years, you've seen his work here on WKYT. Phil Pendelton has reported on major events of the day from all across Kentucky and beyond.
And now you can find his personal story in One Man Band. We welcome reporter and now author Phil Pendleton. Congratulations. Glad to have you in here today.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
It had to feel pretty good. How did you get started in broadcast TV?
Well, I think you got a phone call. It was about a snake handling story. I was working in radio, and you needed some help. You called me up, and one thing led to another, and a few years later, I got a phone call offering me a job to come work at the Southern Kentucky Bureau Chief.
I always called you my discovery.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, still proud of you.
But you felt very comfortable in front of a microphone at an early age, too, didn't you?
Yeah, exactly right. I mean, when I was Jesse Clark Middle School, or junior high, what they call it back then, they had a speech team competition, and they had a thing called broadcasting. I didn't know what it was. What's broadcasting? Oh, that's when you read the news. I entered, won an award. That's what I want to do. So.
And you did radio news,
hooked at that
radio,
point.
some newspaper as well.
Exactly.
This has taken you to every nook and cranny and hill and hollow in Kentucky. You have seen a lot about our state, haven't you?
Exactly, and it's just been in one adventure after another, and that kind of is what inspired me to write the book, which is all the different places that I had seen, different stories, different people. You get to meet some amazing people all over the state. Bill, I think you've once said that southeastern Kentucky is one of the most interesting places, not only in Kentucky, but in the nation. Yeah. And I think I've seen that firsthand.
Yeah.
Well, you also have gone beyond the border of Kentucky. You've covered a lot of sports stories, SEC and all that, and also on some of the storm relief trips when Kentucky has been helping out storm victims. What are your impressions of those trips?
That was amazing. You know, back in was it May or June of this past year when the tornadoes hit Oklahoma, they sent me out there to do relief work, Salvation Army, Red Cross, what have you. While I was out there, another round of storms came in. I got a phone call, conference call from my news director and Chris Bailey. You're getting ready to see some things I've never seen before. It's going to be crazy out there. I was there when the second round of storms came through. A Kentuckian from, I think, Letcher County was in one of those cars that survived the storm, picked up, told his story. Actually, I had to drive almost to Kansas to meet him. All these incredible things.
Well, you were down at the SEC tournament when the guy shot up the courthouse down there, right?
Exactly. Yeah. We were there, and one of our producers we were sitting there watching the news that morning. I wonder if that guy's going to come anywhere near us. He did. SWAT teams walking among tailgaters when tailgating turned to terror. I think that's what I even used in my stand-up out. And, you know, chief photographer Kenny Harvener was even saying that was the most interesting SEC tournament that I've ever covered. So that, of course, is being told in the book, too.
Not something you would expect. Well, you have many more interesting stories to tell ahead.
Many more stories.
Where can people get the book?
Well, they can get it at Amazon.com. They can get it at AmericastarBooks.com. They can get it from me. If you see me out, send me a message on Facebook or Twitter. I'll get you a copy. I'll even sign it for you.
All right. One Man Band, Phil Pendleton. A lot of stories behind the stories. Thanks for coming. Appreciate it.